So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. So the Yas Island circuit offers...
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All we have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon.
Да, все понятно. В общем, надеюсь, что сегодня заезд пройдет более удачно, хотя, может быть, и сразу.
Devon's in P4 at the moment. Is in P3. You've got front wing damage. Recommend you box for a new one. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Начинается. Не-не-не.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck. Devon's currently in P5. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
Ой.
Is 3 places ahead of you right now. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty. Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see... Devon's currently in P5. Box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
Что такое?
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of... Good job, nice overtake. Start. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. P7 at the moment. P7 at the moment.
Нет, ты как так?
Okay, you need to give that position back. That was an illegal overtake. We've been handed a 3-second penalty for obvious corner cutting. Sat in P8. Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty. We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Currently in P9. Sat in P8. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
Да как так-то?
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do... Devon's in P4 at the moment. Strategy is available on the MFT. Great maneuver. You made it look easy. That's a good start. Keep it up. Devon sat in P8. Sat in P8. Time penalty for that last incident. Devon sat in P8.
No восьмом месте.
Sat in P8. Sat in P8. You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty. finishing time at the end of the race. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. Devon's P7 at the moment.
Ну что ж такое-то?
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of
Как можно хорошо идти и все испортить в одно мгновение?
We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Devon is in P3. Illegal maneuver. Cede that position or we'll receive a penalty.
Сразу не пошло.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon. Devon is ahead of you. Nice work, that brings you up a place. If you continue to cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty. Butler is ahead of you. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. lost the position. Try to keep focus.
По крайней мере, пока мы выше этого батлера, уже хоть
Set our cameras out in front.
то, что нужно.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. If you keep this up, we're going to get disqualified. Be more careful out there. Some information on Russell. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow. Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty. This is your final lap of the race.
Наконец-то.
It just wasn't our day today.
В смысле, я 17.
It's been my privilege over the years to witness a number of great sporting events.
То есть, что бы мы ни делали, короче, а почему? Ну да ладно, зачем я тогда мучился вообще? Не, ну единственное, в прошлый раз я дисквалифицирован был, поэтому пофиг.
So as they climb out of the Carlin team are...
Ладно, черт с вами. Продолжаем, ребят. С чем я мучился, вообще мне непонятно, но зачем ты мучился?
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner after an incredible season. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Maximilian Gunther, wherever it is always brilliant. I'll give you a performance every time, just like he's done today.
With that result, the title is secure, and it's Campos who have claimed the honours. Truly, a force to be reckoned. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
А что там по турнирке? Да, но, кстати, как бы мы же все равно, получается, Батлер даже ниже нас оказался. Кстати сказать, Батлер-то ниже нас оказался вообще. Ха.
Well, things didn't really go your way today. Let's have your take. Well, you went into this final race with the championship in your grasp. How are you feeling about being so close but missing? Wow, that was a thrilling end to the season. But I imagine not the result you were hoping for. Well, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula 1. Care to comment? Appreciate your time.
Так.
Devin, much as it hurts, we admit that was a great drive today. Congratulations. On the championship as well.
Well, I'm sure you thought you had me for a while, but I guess your luck just didn't hold out. Oh, I haven't got long. Could I have a quick word?
Sure.
Privately.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later then.
So, I'm sure you've probably already heard, but if you haven't, I'm going to be racing in the F1 Championship next year. Now, I don't know what your plans are, but let me give you some friendly advice. Don't try following me. Well, sure. You might get an offer from one of the smaller teams, probably someone desperate, and then you'll be stuck in P18 all season with car trouble. And you won't ever really be able to challenge me. But you stick it out here for another year, now that I'm gone, you've got a fighting chance of winning next year. And if you can manage that, I'm sure one of the larger teams would love to have you as a development driver. Oh, look out for yourself, yeah?
А по-другому можно это было все обыграть, мне интересно?
He does not want to race you. Stay in F2? Ridiculous.
I was listening to the whole thing. Too bad for Devin, though. I'd be shocked if you don't have an F1 contract offer already. And if my deal pans out, man, his head is going to explode.
Окей, тем интереснее. Давайте смотреть. Так, кого же нам предложат взять? Блистательная победа Формулы 2, что? В смысле? Ничего, короче, я не понял, ну ладно, едем дальше. То есть по-любому там, наверное, выиграл бы Деван, как... хотя фиг его знает. Он ведь, по сути-то, он ведь ниже нас-то был. У нас какая была задача? Типа набрать больше очков. Мы набрали там 8, а у него 5, что ли. В итоге он все равно победил. Какая-то непонятная ситуация. Может, я что-то не понимаю, но окей. Едем дальше просто.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubt is over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. As your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat.
О. Давайте... Ну что, за Астон Мартин давайте, наверное. Я что-то больше Red Bull. Вот. Хотя Red Bull где-то я тоже еще видел. Какой из них-то? Red Bull Toro Rosso, вот Honda. Но все-таки, наверное, давайте Астон Мартин. Штаб-квартира Великобритании, Кристиан Хорнер. Ну, давайте. Шестой, ну, попробуем. Почему нет? Поменять я ничего не могу. Бонус за гонку нет. Ваша ценность. Ничего я не могу, короче, поменять. Да, давайте.
Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity.
Я тоже хочу попробовать за Астон Мартин, за Red Bull, поэтому давайте.
I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
Oh, hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Red Bull have taken the sport by storm over the past decade or so to become one of the most successful on the grid. They have a constant influx of new talent from their famous young driver program, so make sure to impress, lest you lose your seat to another rising star.
Понятно. Так, добро пожаловать в команду, но это как и в фифе. В принципе, так.
Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
Окей. В принципе, наверное, не зря я выбрал Астон Мартин. Ну, попробуем, почему нет? Поехали, свободный заезд у нас, дорогие друзья. Да.
Welcome to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
Why don't we discuss the new Red Bull driver?
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Well, they've been signed up likely in no small part due to the way they carried themselves in the Formula 2 Championship. They have a great track record of putting the team first. At one of the races, they even gave up their own position when their car had a technical issue, so that their teammate Lucas Weber, who also debuts here today, could get ahead. That kind of team spirit could take them a long way this season.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, two very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
Окей, давайте посмотрим, что будет дальше.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
In the unforgiving world of Formula 1, free practice sessions are a vital part of any Grand Prix weekend. During your F1 career, you'll be able to utilise these sessions to complete practice programmes, which will help you learn the track and earn you points that can be invested in developing your car. You'll also be able to adjust your car setup over the course.
Понятно.
Okay, the track is green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temperature. Try and feel your way around.
Ну, эта машинка порезвее будет. Прям чувствуется, что управление немного... Блин. Управление другое.
If it takes too much damage. want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Butler, Sainz, and Valtteri Bottas. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time,
В смысле сон? Че? Не понял. Ничего я не понял.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Appreciate your time.
Давайте попробуем на трассу сейчас сразу же, потому что чтобы не кататься просто так, а попробуем выехать. Так.
damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it.
Кажется ли она... Ой.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Sainz, Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
Так, зачем вообще мы это делаем?
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three. who are
Bottas, Verstappen, and Lewis Hamilton.
What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Так. Понятно. Ну что, поехали. Первая квалификация у нас. В принципе, уже первая официальная гонка так-то в новой команде.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question is going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have changed since practice, particularly as we've had a few support races in the meantime. If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined, and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
Почему нам все время показывают Кими Рэйкконена? Так. Ну и чё? Да, ничего не будем менять, я думаю. В смысле, почему я 20?
That's pretty disappointing, but we can turn it around tomorrow.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three.
Почему мы на 20-м месте? Ничего, я, короче, не понял. Давайте продолжать. Почему я не могу никого?
Sorry about that. Just wasn't our day.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Фига себе, Батлер на 6-м. Ну и ладно. Печально. Так, гонка. Гонка у нас с самого начала. Сколько там кругов вообще в гонке, интересно? Гонка, я так понимаю, тоже будет прям официально. Квалификация была тоже официально, но мы ее завершили не лучшим образом. Это можно было вообще как-то исправить? Как бы я догнал кого-нибудь? Мне очень интересно. Такое реально вообще? Ну, реально, наверное, но... Не знаю. Я думал, там все сначала, типа, будет. Не 25 кругов, конечно, мы будем ездить. Но хотя бы там круга 3. Там, я не знаю, сделали. 4. Но, блин. Когда ты на 20-м месте...
Obviously, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
Поехали. Сейчас опять мы с 20-го места начнем, но это будет нечестно, мне кажется. Потому что это бред какой-то. В честь чего? Почему нам вдруг с середины пути дали 20 место, и мы должны как-то наверстать это? Это что за нереальность вообще какая-то? Как это так вообще? Где справедливость? Это же неправильно.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park
Да,
circuit.
это уже официальная трасса. Это та же самая трасса, на которой мы разминулись, или это другая какая-то трасса? Интересно.
There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and
Походу,
13.
это та же самая трасса.
We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with tweaks to the regulations, a fresh-looking spread of tyre compounds, and of course some changes to the roster of car manufacturers. It's goodbye to Sauber and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula One. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2019 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 5th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the performance of Red Bull, who have switched to the Honda power unit this year. What that will mean for both their performance and reliability remains to be seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Sergio Perez, and Butler, Weber, Raikkonen, Grosjean, and Lando Norris, Sainz, Stroll, Alexander Albon, and Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Russell, Robert Kubica, and Daniel Kvyat. A Red Bull and Nico Hulkenberg completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Подождите, мы не последние, что ли? все равно плохо.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn one and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Good luck. Поехали. 15 кругов, вы офигели, я устану. Да ну нафиг. Давай что, издеваетесь, 15 кругов гонять. Жизнь какая-то. Ой, прости. Все укатили.
Wing damage. Recommend you box for a new one. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Nice.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Some minor damage. Damage to your wing, damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. See if you can get 6th or above in today's race.
А что, издевайся, каким шестым, блин?
Was illegal. Return the position. This will be a major performance impact unless you box for a new one. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Да, я так прям буду бесконечно проходить, короче.
We want to come out in one piece. Good luck. Some minor damage. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
Блин, как же их всех в самом начале хотя бы чуть-чуть обогнать, чтобы... Ну, пусть хотя бы в первой десятке быть. Блин, на 19-м месте. Причем 15 кругов держаться в десятке, блин, как?
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck. Position back. That was an illegal overtake. Are you alright? Engine off. Engine off. Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck. Damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it. Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me... You've taken some minor damage.
Что ты будешь делать?
That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. Try for at least 6th in today's race. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Was illegal. Return the position. eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to... You need a new front wing. Box now. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright. Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. You've taken some minor damage. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Control aren't happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second time penalty. If you continue to cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty. What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Так, секунду.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. Sebastian Vettel now leads the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, Crofty, Daniel Ricciardo.
Your target today is 6th place. receive a penalty. Box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Okay, you've been pushing your luck on the track limits too much. We've been given a 3-second penalty.
Так, давайте, наверное, прервемся, ребят, потому что что-то квалификация у меня какая-то вообще непонятна. Так, давайте, наверное, на этом приостановимся пока, потому что...
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver?
В общем, всем спасибо, ребят. Всем до скорой встречи.